Mike Prang, Sports Information Director here at Adrian College, here with the Hamilton women's hockey team, head coach Emily McNamara, goaltender Evie Sheridan, and defenseman Cora Sullivan. Hamilton just defeated the number 4 ranked Adrian College Bulldogs 2-0 to advance to the Frozen Four in the Division III Women's Hockey Championships. Coach, first question for you. All these questions coming from Sports Information Director at Hamilton, Jim Taylor. What are your thoughts on Evie Sheridan's performance tonight?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was outstanding. She stepped up every single time that we needed her. And that's sort of been our whole team's mentality through all of this, is that when someone makes a mistake, someone else fixes it, and she fixed every mistake that we made tonight. So she was awesome.
Were there any concerns coming into this week, big moments with your first-year goaltender?
What do you think?
Never a doubt. Never.
I mean, she's coming back. She had an injury, I would say, early January, so she's had to come back and work through that. But every game and every week, she's gotten a little bit better from that. So I think we knew she was ready. I asked her. I saw her right before the game. I said, "How are you feeling?" And she said, "Ready." And she definitely answered the call tonight.
Evie, you seem pretty confident and collected back in the net. What's your mindset in these NCAA championship games?
Well, since the beginning, we've had a motto just between me and the coaches, just control, set, ready, big, baller. And then on the team, we've just been embodying all in all the time, and then I kind of added in my mind all together. So I've just been keeping that going, and yeah.
Evie, for you again, Hamilton led 1-0. The only penalty of the game came against Hamilton, forcing you guys to go on the power play. What was going through your head on that penalty kill?
Honestly, I was just thinking we got this. Our penalty kill is, I love it. It's fun for me. Maybe not coach, but I don't know. It's fun.
This one's for all you guys, leading 1-0 at the end of the second. What's kind of the energy like in the locker room in that second intermission?
It's keeping the energy up. We know we have to play simple and finish the game, so just keeping the energy up, supporting everyone, and making sure that everyone knows that they can do it.
I think we've also been in a ton of tight games this year, so this was not a foreign situation for us to be in, so we knew that we could do it as long as we played smart, kept it simple, and got pucks deep. And that's what we did for a lot of the third.
Cora, this one's for you. Kind of walk us through your goal. Was it a design play off the face-off or right place, right time?
We have a little face-off that we like to do, and Allie Curry won it clean. Grace faked a shot. She looked, I was there, and I walked, and I just saw an opening, and I took it.
So this is the first ever matchup between Hamilton and Adrian when it comes to women's hockey. Was there any advantages or disadvantages playing an unfamiliar opponent?
I mean, we have a ton of film on each other, so you still know what you're looking at. We had a couple common opponents, or at least close to common opponents that we could watch film from and have a good idea of what they are. And they're a really good team. They're really skilled. Obviously, they got the better of the play in a lot of that game. But yeah, I think we're used to playing different people. We've played a lot of good different teams this year. So again, I feel like our experience throughout the year prepared us for this.
Coach, you're playing in your second game in 4 days against 2 high-level opponents. Did you coach this game kind of more of a game 2 of a 2-game weekend?
Honestly, we had a really tough weekend last weekend, and I think in a lot of ways, having to just get back in and play a game on Wednesday and then not have a lot of time to recover and just get back in and play a game on Saturday probably benefited us. We did not have any time to dwell on a tough loss last Saturday. So, yeah, we didn't overcoach this. We knew what we needed to do, and it's that point in the year where we really know that anyway. And we executed it, and we kept it simple, got pucks deep, and found a way to score.
You talked about all the film that you were able to watch on Adrian, but did Adrian come out today and do anything that might have surprised you?
I mean, they're dangerous in transition, and they're dangerous when they get you in your zone. So, I think they're kind of what we expected. We didn't know how much offense we would be able to create with the offense that they have. But fortunately, we took advantage of a situation on a face-off, and that really was the difference.
Last question from Jim here. Adrian's used to scoring a lot of goals and taking a ton of shots. Did you think that your style of play frustrated them at all?
I would imagine. I think the first period we just came out and really forechecked hard, and we spent a ton of time in their zone, and that's probably not something they've been accustomed to much this year. So obviously they got the better of the play in the second, but I think having a first period like that was really important for us as a team too.
All right, appreciate your time, guys. Congrats. Hamilton defeats Adrian 2-0 in the NCAA Division III women's hockey quarterfinal round, and will head on to face Amherst, who just defeated Colby 4-0. All 4 of those goals coming in the third period. So, congratulations on your win, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Mike Prang, Sports Information Director at Adrian College, here with head NCAA women's hockey coach Sean Skelly and forward Jessica Von Ruden. Guys, just kind of talk about what's going through your head right now after such a successful season, finishing 26-4.
Yeah, I think we had a hell of a group, special group that put so much work in on and off the ice throughout the year. Obviously, today was not the result that we were looking for, but our leadership group and our seniors are the backbone of our program, and they've put so much work in. They drove the bus for our group the whole year, and my heart shattered for those kids that their careers now ended, and that was the last time that they could put on a Bulldog jersey.
Yeah, I would say, like, excuse me, I'm almost at, like, a loss for words because I really thought that, like, this year was going to be the year. And obviously, like, that's not how we wanted the game to end up and, like, whatever. But, like, I'm thankful for everything that I've experienced these past 5 years, like, being at Adrian. I just wish it could have ended a little bit differently.
Coach, Hamilton seemed to provide a lot of pressure in the first period. They showed a lot of success on the forecheck. In the second period, we kind of seemed to grab the momentum early up until that late period goal. Kind of what was the message in the first intermission?
Yeah, I thought I thought we were a perimeter team in the first. Like looking at the shot chart, we only had I think 4 out of our 9 shots were inside the dots in the house area. And we've had a lot of success when we get ourselves into those areas throughout the year. So that was the stress in between the first and the second. Decision making needed to be a little quicker because of their pressure. I thought we did a really good job of changing the tide from the first to the second and dominated. It was just unfortunate with that screen goal. I mean, that was their second shot on goal with 5 minutes left in the second period. Like we were hemming them in, playing really well, and obviously that was a tough break, and we couldn't recover from it.
Jessica, as one of the captains, we really haven't trailed early much this year, and then we went down 1-0 in the second period, like Coach Scully said, about 5 minutes left. As a captain, how do you rile up your team to try and get them to come out with a strong third period and respond to that?
Yeah, I think, like, there's been games before where we haven't been playing to, like, our potential, and I think after the first period, we kind of were in the same boat, like, where we weren't playing where we should be. Second period, they obviously scored, so, like, we kind of just regrouped in the locker room, told the girls, like, it's not over. There's still 20 minutes left. That's a lot of hockey. Like, all we need is 1 goal to tie it up and then 1 more to win the game, but, like, focus on trying to tie it up, and obviously we fell a little bit short of that, but just keep the spirits up, I would say.
Coach, talk about the leaders that you've had on this team. You didn't put a C on anyone's jersey this year. It was a bunch of A's. Kind of talk about all those people.
Yeah, I mean, we got a ton in the dressing room. Girl sitting right next to me is the epitome of leader. I don't even know. I have lost for words for what she means to this program or has meant to this program. She will be dearly, dearly missed. Just even stats-wise, probably the second best player to ever come through this program. The rest of them, like Una, Carmen, Roy, like our main leadership group, like the things that they do for our team every day, for this community, for the school. Like they wear the Adrian script on their chests, the way that I think is the right way to do things around here, where the community embraces them. And then I think that falls through with the majority of the rest of our group. Like I think we have a really good, tight-knit family within our locker room, and yeah, it's tough because you're going to lose a handful of those kids, and we definitely had a special group.
One of the members of that special group was your all-star goaltender, Sophie Goldberg, finished with 15 saves tonight, just 1 goal allowed. Talk about her season as, next step for her is a potential All-American spot in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cross my fingers that there's 4 or 5 of our players that hopefully can, be nominated as an All-American. I think they have very deserving seasons. Soph has been unbelievable this year. I think she has 11 shutouts out of her 21 games. Like that's pretty incredible stat to technically give up less than a goal a game throughout her whole season is another. I think she leads the country in that stat. Leads in shutouts. Like she's another one for us. She drives the bus. Like it goes through her, and she shows up every day. It's never have a bad day with Soph. She shows up. She's one of the smartest kids on the school. She's a double major, has so much schooling to do. She just got in dental school. Like, she has so much on her plate, but she shows up with a smile on her face, and she works her butt off every day, and it shows each and every time she plays.
Coach, Talk a little bit about how big it was just to get back to this moment after missing out last season and having 2 years in 2020 and 2021 because of COVID and not having this opportunity.
Yeah, I think obviously for our younger group, hopefully this goes well for our growth. Having the experience of playing in these games there's only so many each year. Obviously now with 11 teams being in the tournament, it's a select few. We hope to be one of those teams every year. We strive to that at the beginning of the season. It's an awesome opportunity for our older players, another crack at the can. So hopefully, as our program continues to move down the line here, hopefully that bodes well for our younger players.
Just kind of along the same lines for you, how important it was to regain those conference titles and to get back here as a player who, one of the few that had experience in a postseason game here.
Yeah, I think obviously that was a great start to my freshman year, an unreal experience making it as far as we did to the Frozen Four, and then had a little bit of a plateau, a little bit of a downfall the next couple of years. But I think going into this fifth year, that was mine and Jess Anderson's goal. We're the only two that have ever experienced something like that, and I think we wanted to end our careers on a good note and fell short today. But I think it was just the ultimate okay, this would be awesome to go out with a bang, make it back to where we were, win everything. But
all right, I have one for Betty and then one for Coach. The fan support today, one of the best I've seen in my time at Adrian. Could you talk about that, feeling on the bench and on the ice to have the student support and the community come out for a game like this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was unreal. I think that's the most that there's ever been in any game I've played here too. The support was awesome. I don't really think it got to anyone's head too much, on the bench or anything. I think everyone loved it. Who doesn't love, cheering when you make a good play or when you, get close to the net, whatever. But it was an unreal experience for sure, and I'm very thankful for everyone that came out today.
Coach, we've talked a lot about the seniors and upperclassmen. Future looks for this team. I know it's early and fresh, but we see the talent out there for sure. We can build on this season, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think our program has a wealth of skill level and depth. I think depth is a huge part of our team. Yeah, I mean, there's huge holes to fill. The girl right next to me is impossible to fill next year. You do that with 3 or 4 players. I was fortunate to coach Kristen Lewicki her senior year. She's a generational player. I think we got it. There we go. Turn the lights off on us. And she's a generational player that you don't see. You don't find them enough these days. But we do have a group that's still in there that I feel like now will have a little bit of a fire burning inside of them with this loss, and hopefully we can find our way back here next year.
To Jessica, you're such a leader on this team. Can you put into words what you would say to these younger kids that are going to hopefully experience this next year?
Yeah, first I probably would just thank everyone. Obviously, even the past 4 or 5 years that I've been here, I've never had bad experiences with all of them, and I would just say thank you because my career couldn't be what it was without them. But I think I also would just encourage them to use this loss as fuel to the fire and motivate them for next year. Want even more next year when you come back. Have that revenge when you're ready to play next year.
And Coach, it seemed like this was maybe the fastest team we've played. Their style seemed like 2 equally matched teams out there. This is playoff hockey, but it just was pretty evident today.
Yeah, no, I mean, Hamilton has a fantastic program. I mean, hats off to them. I didn't say that at the beginning of this. Should have. They're really well coached. Structure-wise, they were good. I thought we had them pinned down and had really good opportunities at times, and they did a good job of eliminating our second chance opportunities, where I thought we got ourselves to the net. Their goalie did a good job of making the first save, but they got the pucks out when they needed to. They caught that first goal, and that was a huge boost for them. and I thought we did a good job again, even in the third, trying to get that equalizer. Obviously, it didn't happen, but that's a good team over there. They're gonna go back and play. Hopefully, give somebody a run next weekend. But wish them the best of luck in their endeavors this upcoming weekend. But 4-5 matchup, pretty tightly contested. Really 1-0 game, obviously, with the empty netter. It was a tough one.
All right, guys, appreciate your time. Jessica, Coach Skelly. Adrian finishes 26-4 on the season. Things didn't go as well or as planned tonight with the 2-0 loss to Hamilton, but the Bulldogs will hopefully be back here next year. Thank you.
Thank you.